Whew. All right, all you supporters of the internet, we're here. We're live. We're taking your questions. Get them in the chat box wherever it appears on your device. Going to try to answer it. It's the final live stream before next week's Black Friday live streamathon. Still deciding between 3 or 4 live streams for the day. It's going to be special guests. Going to have a chance to win a bunch of prizes, possibly even that brand new Yes Worka that's sitting there. I actually just got news from Rome that they are down to donate some prizes on top of the fact it's been a crazy couple 2 weeks. So, yeah, white ribbons all over the place for people. I know we got a couple super chats that we got to spin the wheel for, but we'll get to that in a minute here. Right now, let's just take it all in. We're here. We're alive. So let's see what we got for some questions. Okay. David Dixon, why do skiers do that thing where they pass you while doing the same carve pattern and then stop the instant they get past? Did they hit their head too many times falling on the stairs? No, they're skiers. They're just retarded to begin with. A hit to the head isn't going to make them any more dumb. They're already fucked. So, there's already that. All right. So we got a super chat here from Joe X. Spin to win stickers, snowing now, shredding Saturday. It's the day after tomorrow. Pray to that altar of snowboarding, people. All right. All right. Let's see. We got David Dixon with the super chat for stickers. Ooh, try again. That was so close. Okay, we got a question here from F-Law. Was there no top 5 this week? I thought I had one scheduled, and then I realized this morning that I didn't. It's just been a crazy 2 weeks. It's uploading right now, so you'll get that later tonight. So there will be a new top 5. It's top 5 powder boards. So that is coming out. So yes, Sunday nights women's is ladies' night for top 5s, and then Wednesdays you usually get one. You didn't get one this week. It's just been crazy. I was actually at a demo yesterday doing some stuff. So like I said, it's been a crazy couple weeks, and I'm still catching up on things. But it's been weird. We had local sale for last week for underground snowboards here in Breck. So for I think it was, I can't remember what the dollar amount was, but you would get a ticket to put into the in-store raffle. And then if you went to the after party at the distillery, you could buy raffle tickets by donating to the Summit County Search and Rescue. So I donated $100 to it and won some outerwear. And then yesterday I found out that I won a snowboard at the in-store raffle, which is kind of funny because I got 2 great stories about this. At the in-store raffle, like they had the prize packs and you can kind of put your tickets in where you want. And I'm down there and there's some other guy putting stuff in. And I'm like putting my tickets into the Rome one. And he's like, oh, good luck. And I looked him right dead in the eye and I was like, I'm winning it. I knew it. And it was funny because I won it. And then at the the party, I put my tickets in and stuff. And I was talking to one of the guys that works there, Phil, and our friend Carl. And she's like, man, I really hope I win that Volcom outerwear. And I was like, I'm going to win it. And she's like, no, you're not. I'm not going to win it. You're not going to win it. And I was like, if I win it, and I'm going to win it, you can have it. And so Phil looks at her and goes, whoa, hold up, Carl. Last time Avran said he was going to win an outerwear raffle he did, and he gave it to me because that's what I do. So anyways, they are announcing the prizes, and Leanne, the manager of the Underground's like, okay, here's the ticket number. And I'm like, yep, that's me. So I walking through the crowd, and I get up towards the front. There's all these Boulder chicks. Smelled like farts really bad. So I was like, out of the way, bitches. It smells like farts. Get better at cocaine. So I do it and I get on the microphone. I was like, Carl, come up and eat your words. I just won you some outerwear. So I won that. I won a set of Volcom goggles. So we'll be giving those away too, which these are just electric goggles with the Volcom branding on them. But yeah, so someone's going to win these. Probably on Black Friday because I got some goggles I got to get rid of. And then I'm going to, because I won that Rome snowboard, I get to choose whatever I want. I'm going to choose the Women's Muse, I think in a 149 to give away. So do that, trying to give back a little bit more to snowboarding. Hopefully, you guys follow me on Instagram, and anyone that was in Summit County was at Copper on Monday for opening day. Trying to find the snowboard I left. Just stoked that I gave away a snowboard on that day. All right, got another super chat here from Stuff I Find Interesting. White Ribbon of Death, Snake and Spray skiers. Yeah, the white ribbon is coming. I actually just ordered this as a sticker, and it says I survived the white ribbon of death. So those are be added to the store hopefully Saturday, so we can do that for Black Friday. But yeah. Ooh, yeah. Don't lick yellow snow. That's wise advice. Okay. Neil Wood, I'm looking for a board to move on from my skate banana from the last 10 years. Please help. There are hundreds of fucking reviews on this channel. There are top fives. Go do some research. Okay. Let's see. We got a question here from DJ Happy Bird 13. Do you think Bunkhouse kookiest move was making the news for speeding in the slow zone? No, I think the kookiest news was when he in the newspaper where they announced the babies and it was his daughter's name, and then the child underneath him was named like Gordita Quesadilla Crunch. I shit you not, the child's name in the paper was like Gordita Quesadilla Crunch. That had to be like super fucking kooky. And he was tied to it. So okay. Let's see, where are we? Okay. Andy going, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior JC? JC? Wasn't he one of the members of NSYNC or the Backdoor Boys? All right. Okay, we got a super chat here from Orion. Turkey Fund. Man, I ain't cooking no fucking turkey. You seen the price of turkey lately? Fuck, man. Bird flu, fuck that shit up. I'm gonna have to make a tofurkin. That's a tofu turkey stuffed with duck, stuffed with chicken, but it's gonna be all artificial everything. And don't lick yellow snow, ever. Jacob Iverson, what do you think of the Arbor Shiloh camber for my friend who's looking for a basic all mountain board? That's like the Arbor version of my first all mountain board. Like you said, basic all mountain board, perfect. Like get them on it, they're good to go. Okay, Scott Cullen, best free ride bindings with the Peace Seeker. I've had a couple set of Union Felkers, but looking to change it up. I would go to like a Ride A9 instead, or if you want to put a lot more power into the edge, maybe like a Jones Apollo or a now O Drive, or even jump down to the Drive, and then possibly even the Rome Cleaver. Those would be the bindings I would look at for that deck. All right. We got Maxwell Campbell currently at Arizona Snow Bowl opening day on the White Ribbon of Death, riding the 2020 Black Snowboard to death for the first time. Thanks for the hype on this board. Been a few years to find one, digging trenches and spraying skiers. Somebody has to do it. Okay. Ryan Tracy, how much boot overhang is too much? Too much. I have a Yes Standard 162 in size 13 with an inch overhang on each side. Oh, that's a little bit much, man. What you want to do is put that board flat on the ground and then roll it up on your toe edge and your heel edge and see how far you go till it actually hits. So, yeah. Okay. Sam Elms, the indoor survival and the outsiders appear to be so similar on paper. Is the indoor survival a little more all mountain freestyle versatile with a slight setback and death grip? It's also softer. It's noticeably softer. The outsiders has a more aggressive rebound when you load it up. It's a stiffer flex. It's just a beefier board than the indoor. Ugh. I mean, if you're going to talk about a board with shark teeth, you kind of have to talk about this one. This thing will fuck people up in the lift line. So, yeah. Okay. We got Stefan H. Any binding recommendations for a Capita simulator? Leaning towards the new Ultra binding. New Ultra would be solid for it. If you're looking for something else, like maybe like a Ride 6 series, A or C, kind of your choice on that. And the Rome Vice. So there you go. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, we got one here from Fizzled. I'm old and my knees are in decline. What camber profile and flex pattern is best for super bumpy and rutted out terrain on the hard pack going at higher speeds? Minimal camber or setback camber. The big thing is the dampening in the board, and then the dampening in your binding and the dampening in your footbeds. That's going to save your knees more than anything. So you almost want to go to like something that's got a heavier, wetter layup in there, a little bit more epoxy, thicker core, really protect you. Okay, WBG 152 AM radio coming at you. K2 excavator or K2 instrument for East Coast. Grimmers, trees, pow. The instrument is more versatile, like more, not versatile, but well-rounded. And with the way that you guys don't get a ton of pow on the East Coast, it would be the better bet, in my opinion. Car wreck. What are my options when some random stranger tries to talk to me on the lift? Does it matter whether it's a skier or a snowboarder? Well, are they talking to you or at you? Most people talk at you. So if you don't engage, they can just, I mean, that's what headphones were for on it. I mean, I try not to talk to anyone. If you don't engage, you don't have a problem. All right. Okay, this is a funny super chat from our boy Robert Fowler. Shout out to Abby, who is my snowboarding partner and is one third of Angry's female viewership. That 3.4%, baby, 3.4%, and growing. It's growing. We might get to 4.2% by the end of next year. That's right. Pray to the altar of snowboarding. Okay. We got Tregon, Avran. Rome Warden is on sale for $250 currently, but already on a GNU headspace. Is the Warden worth grabbing, or does it basically feel the same as the headspace? It's not as damp as the headspace. The headspace is a stiffer board, so it'd be kind of like a slide down. Great price. You don't need it. Okay, we got our boy moderator Carlos Enriquez down in Aspen. What's up, fam? It's been a boring autumn, but it's time. Aspen Snowmass opens this Saturday. Spray skiers for us, Carlos. Spray skiers. Ollie ropes. Make questionable decisions of morality. Support the Shred Foundation. Remember, we still got the donation drive going for the Shred Foundation. The address to mail anything into them, whether it's a snowboard, boots, bindings. Specifically, they're looking for large and small women's and men's outerwear. The address is in the description of this video. I talked to Danny yesterday. He said he's going to get me an updated list of what's come in, but he said basically a package or two a day has been coming in every day since we started this. This is really going to help out. They kind of had some of their funding that was promised to them cut, so this will help. And then we've got to launch the actual cash fundraiser, which will be the second annual one. I kind of wanted to wait. Just got a little too much on my plate, but we'll be launching that as well. So there'll be some cool prizes in that too. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. We got super chat here from Shylinks. It's that time of the year. 25-cent wings on Wednesdays. If you got footage of spraying a skier, and you get a free pack of Malort Glizzies only at Joe's. Come on down to Joe's, where all the girls are hoes. And the guys, Are always that 1 in 5 with the clap. Malort Glizzy! Woo! Man, I gave so many people Malort the last 2 days. It was great. Malort face everywhere. All right. We got Matthew Everly looking for an all-mountain free-ride party board that won't kill me in the park when the freshies are gone for Colorado resort riding to complement my indoor survival. Thanks. I mean, your two best bets would be the Solomon Dancehall or like a Telos Backslash. Third option, I would throw in the Rome Service Dog. So those are your three options. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got Jedediah Bennett. Just ordered the Nerd Superposition. I also need to get new boots for the season. Might just buy new bindings for it too. What would you recommend? Wanted to try on Thraxis, but no one local has it. The best boots, the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. You're going to have to go try on a bunch of shit, figure out what works for you. That's going to be my recommendation every single time. Now, if you want a binding recommendation for that superposition, I think you should be checking out like the Rome Katana. If you want something with a slightly beefier strap, the Battalion Astro would be another good one. If you're going to do Union, I think that the Strata or a Felcor would be really good on that, maybe even an Atlas. And then if you're doing Ride, I would look at like a C8. Tanky, White Ribbon of Death claimed another victim last week. Jacked my ankle plowing through the chop trying to avoid an out-of-control rider. My fault for sucking. Fingers crossed for a fast recovery. Remember, rest, ice, compression, elevation, meth. Rice them. Not rice in, rice them. That's what you need to know. Okay. Ted G, thanks for the board recommendation. Jones Mountain Twin Pump binding recommendations. I have Cartels and Malavitas. Something else? You can put either of those on there if you're on a budget, if you're looking for something different. Maybe like a Jones Mercury to put on there, or you could even go down to the Meteorite from them. The Now Select Pro would be good on there as well. I think a C6 from Ride, the K2 Formula, and possibly a bent metal Action if you want unibody, or a bent metal Transfer if you want a two-piece. So there's options for you. Okay. Brian P. I enjoyed BA making an appearance on Unstrapped. Oh, there was a shout out on there from something I said 10 years ago. I think I made a kid cry. Oh, well. Remember, there's a ton of videos in the description to this live stream. You guys should be watching stuff. Oh, you lose. Ouch. But yeah, there's a ton of videos down there. So go check that out. A lot of great stuff came out. You got just tons of edits, 2 edits from Vans. Fly Closer, what is it? Fly Away Closer. Brandon Boley's movie. Justin Phipps kills it in that. It's good to see. There's just a ton of videos down there to watch. So guys, get some real snowboard content. None of that easily digestible fucking vlogger bullshit. Okay, let's see. We got Waco looking to replace my Warpig with another party board with some camber in it to have a bit more power and carving, but still okay in power with good grip. Some suggestion. Ride Super Pig. I rode the new one. So with that slim wall in there, it carves better, it grips better. That's basically going to be a beefed up Warpig to you. Dance Hall, because you got a radial side cut on it, setback camber. The Stollyfish from Rome, that's really good because you get that flex wall in there that helps absorb those shattery impacts. And of course, the Telos Backslash. So there's 4. Are you? Okay, we got J Knack 17. Are the Nerd Superposition and Karua Pencil comparable? The Superposition is probably a little bit closer to a transition finder than the Pencil. Just the way that it rides, the flex in it and everything. So no, they're not really comparable. All right. Manfish Taco, K2 Party Platter versus Solomon Dance Hall for freestyle party boarding. Also think I can get away with a 152 Party Platter at 220, 230. I mean, it'll just flex more, but yes, you can get away with that in the 52. It's just gonna be a little more soft. It'll probably be closer to like that 52 dance hall in terms of flex. Realistically, for freestyle, since you'd want to do more freestyle, the Party Platter is a true twin. I'd go with that. All right. We got a Rogue SGT. Spin for no aardvarks. All you people out there fucking aardvarking around. That's right. Support the Shred Foundation. You know what's up. Shredfoundation.org. Okay. BC Backcountry just picked up a K2 excavator. Jones now binding pairings, thinking the Mercury. Yeah, I'd put the Mercury on that. If you did now, I would just do the Select Pro on it. I think that's like the good middle range that'll match the flex and get you what you want out of it. Okay, we've got another one here from F-Law. Rum Katana versus the now Select Pro for one set of bindings for 2 to 3 boards. Seems most versatile out there. I mean, I'm a black label guy. I got 4 pairs of them, which is basically a beefed up katana. So I know that that's versatile. You really can't go wrong with either of them. So just ask yourself if you want skate tech or not. That's going to be the defining factor for you. All right. The dude is abiding and giving out a super chat. Just got to ride smokescreen with a stone ground base. No waxing for a while, right? Clean those stickers off the base. Make sure there's no sticky gunk. Go ride, man. You're good. Okay. I'm going to give you a spin. Woo! Get a better one. What we got? What we got? That's right. Ollie slow signs. Ollie slow signs. All right. We got Silvis Silvarium 777. What are your thoughts on boot insoles like shred soles? You got to find the one that matches up to your foot, but anything aftermarket is better than stock. So if you can get something in there, shred soles work for you, go for it. They are designed for snowboard boots. Nate, the owner, is a good dude, a good friend of mine. Solid stuff. Okay. RB with the shout out to the pocket bacon. I did not make any pocket bacon. I got a pound of it sitting in the fridge too. I got to cook it. Got to make some pocket bacon. Was it going to stay? Oh, ouch. That bounced back to you lose. Is this thing loose? No, that's tight. All right. TJ Happy Bird 13. What's your advice between the Yes Work and the Never Summer Harpoon? Well, one's a real snowboard and the other one has the Colorado Confederate flag on it. There you go. Okay. Fizzle, softer flex or stiffer flex for bumpier terrain? It kind of depends on how you're doing it. Like there's 2 trains of thought. Like there's the people that are like, I got to go stiffer because then the board doesn't flex with it. It skips over it. So you can launch, pump, launch, pump, launch, pump. And then there's the guys that get the softer one. They don't come in as fast and they're going up and over. So the board is going up and down and up and down. So it's really like a personal preference. Me personally, I like it to be middle of the road. So like if I need to gap over a couple moguls or bumps, I can, and I've got that snap and power, but I don't want it so stiff that when I hit something that's more abrupt, it's like slamming a wall and body jarring me, but I don't want it so soft that if I have to charge, my knees are taking a pounding. So it's really like where your personal preference is going to be with that. Lord Glizzy, hell yeah. Wade LaCool, hey Avran, Wade from the Alps. Why don't you review more Burton boards? Because they don't fucking send me anything. Which is funny because I had a chat this week with one of the Burton reps, and I guess I got brought up at one of their sales meetings again, and they were like, we need to be doing more in the review space and working with these people, blah, blah, blah. And they'll sit around and circle jerky fuck each other. And then when I ask for shit, they're like, you got to do this and jump through hoops and do all this and do that and do this. And I was like, no, I don't. This is how I fucking do it. You have an invite. It literally costs you a shipping label to and from me. You pack the shit up. It comes to me. I ride it. I pack it back up. I ship it back. It's not that fucking hard of a concept for them, but for some reason, they're fucking retarded over there. And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like the last time I asked for them, I was like, hey, I just need a demo fleet I'm going to get this stuff. It's going to take, I need it for about a month or two. And I said, basically, I wanted to do almost the whole line. And I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the Explain series. I'm going to do everything. And the response was, well, we can't give you that stuff. And I was like, you can't keep it. And I was like, I didn't say I wanted to keep it. I said I wanted a demo fleet to fucking ride. Like, I don't know what the other fucking review fucktards are doing, but they're probably keeping that shit. I don't need to keep it. If I keep it, I end up just fucking giving it away. I don't want to keep it. So that's where I'm at with that. I did talk to one of the homies that works at the Burton store at Main Street Breck, and he was like, yeah, dude, that's where I'm at with stuff. We can do like a product trade or like a beer trade for it. But he's like, we don't even have our demo fleet yet. So he goes, I probably won't have it till after Thanksgiving. So, at this point, I know after December 9th, I will be getting the 2024 Solomon stuff already. And then I should be getting other stuff before the end of the year. And it's going to be game on for me to review stuff. So if they can't get their shit together, why the fuck should I jump through hurdles for them? I don't give a fuck. Shane Schmaltz sprained my ankle on day 2 this season, hitting a chunk of ice. Stay safe out there, people. You did not survive the white ribbon of death. You did not. Do not pass go. Oof, you lose. Josh Blustein, in your reviews, you say the bindings never prematurely released. Is that a common issue in new bindings? No, that's just an issue that fucking happens. I've realized, like, I'll see comments from people, like, this binding released on me when I was fucking doing a toe side carve on my 136 board that's full rocker, and I'm got a size 14 foot. And I'm like, yeah, dude, because your fucking strap and ratchet fucking hit the snow, popped open. So I say it doesn't release. So people are like, oh, it's a safe thing. It's safe. I feel safe. I've got to feel safe. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what that is. All right. We got our boy Buck Choi with the message retracted super chat. Still getting a spin. Still getting a spin. Where are we going? Ooh, eat at Joe's. That's right. Eat at Joe's. Or Ian, who is Rome as a company? Their boards are bargains. Well, they're owned by Nidecker. So, I mean, it's under the Nidecker umbrella, which is Nidecker, Flow, Lobster Battalion, Switchback, Rome, Yes, Now, Jones. It's a huge chunk of the snowboard industry right there that they own. But I like Rome boards. I've got a party mod, 53 for my jib stick. Fuck around. I'm going to break it on a railed board. I would probably ride a National or like a Ravine or Ravine Select, but I don't ride my own shit anymore. It doesn't matter. So that, or I had a Warden for a season too. I love that thing. But yeah, Rome was really cool with the stuff they sent me this year, because I hit them back up and I was like, hey, I want to get this stuff back to you. And they were like, hey, do you want to do a giveaway with anything? And I was like, yeah, I got some ideas for stuff. And they were like, well, shoot them by us. We're going to get you the shipping label, and you can keep like 2 or 3 things to give away. So I think I'm going to do a set of katanas, I think a Ravine Select, and a Warden to give away. And then I won a snowboard from them. So I got to order it, but that'll be a women's Muse. So I'm going to try to give that away for the ladies, for the 3.4% of you that watch this, which I still can't believe even 3.4% of females would watch this. But yeah, Rome does have good bang for the buck in their boards. But talking with a lot of people the last 2 days in the snowboard industry, get ready for a big price increase next year. It's like going to catch up to the snowboard industry. So. Well, support that Shred Foundation, people. All right. Got one here from Buck Choi. Ended up getting the K2 Bottle Rocket. Had a hard time as many local shops don't carry it or in the size one. Is it not a popular board? It's just overshadowed by other boards in their lineup, unfortunately. Like when you look at a brand, when they start to expand and they have too many boards that overlap, it's like one of the designers for K2 hit me up and was like, I see you didn't really like the manifest. And he's like, on paper, that should be a board you love. And I was like, it's a fucking set of white New Balances, man. It'll get the job done. And it's a Toyota Camry, but it's not anything mind blowing. So when you have like such a big line, stuff falls through the crack. The Bottle Rocket's a great board, especially for people that have a bigger foot. It just seems to get overshadowed by what they're trying to promote. McKinley D, is the Rome Vice a good match on a Lago double barrel? Hell yeah, go do it. You got this. Okay, got one here from Jacob Sullivan. Hey, Avran, I'm looking at getting an Endeavor archetype. Is there any difference between the archetype and the archetype legacy? The archetype legacy has a different top sheet and fiberglass in it. It's something in there that has to do with the tension in it. It weight-wise, they're the same, but I think it's got more rebound. I haven't ridden it, but it will ride different. I know that from talking to people. So yeah. DJ Happy Bird 13. Does Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp give back to snowboarding since you called him out? No, none of those fucks do. None of them. None of them do. And if you bring it up and be like, what do you do to give back? They're like, we make content. No, that's your fucking job, asshole. That's your literal fucking job. You're not doing anything more to give back to snowboarding. I don't see them just walking around a resort and hiding a snowboard and doing a scavenger hunt or leaving like what I like to call random angry drop envelopes with stump pads and face masks and stickers in it for people to find out and about. They don't do anything like that. They don't give anything back. They just fucking take. They're not snowboarders. They're people that snowboard. That's all it is. At the end of the day, they'll never be snowboarders. They can tell everyone that they're a snowboarder, but at the end of the day, when it comes to real snowboarders looking at them, they're just a fucking person that snowboards. They don't give anything back. I said at the start of this year when I did one of the first top fives that the goal for this year was to normalize giving back to snowboarding, because snowboarding will never owe me anything for everything that it's taken from me, my knees, my brain, my spleen, my kidney. It'll never fucking owe me anything, but it fucking owe me anything. Life turned out and what I get to do. I mean, I fucking get to ride snowboards for a living. Like, fucking amazing, right? Like my teenage years, I wanted to be a pro snowboarder. That fucking went out the window February 25th, 2002. And I found a way to get paid to ride snowboards, talk about it, and live the life I wanted to. Fuck yeah, I'm going to give everything I can back. That's like why at the locals appreciation party at Underground, I gave away like a $700 set of Volcom outerwear. I've never worn Volcom outerwear. I'm not going to wear Volcom outerwear. I won it. I was really hoping to win the Burton custom that they were giving away. Because what I wanted to do with that, if I won, I was going to be like, I need 10 volunteers from the crowd. And I was going to make everyone put one hand on it and pull till there was one last person standing with it. Like, no, like winning this, I won a voucher for a Rome snowboard or a set of bindings. I could use another set of black labels. I could have 5 pairs of black labels if I wanted to. I could use it. Or I can ask them to send me a women's snowboard and get it to some lady and she'll fucking go out and rip it. And it's awesome. Like, these guys do nothing to fucking give back to snowboarding. It's all clickbait bullshit. Also, speaking of Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp, someone sent me a photo or a screenshot from his latest video on how to nose press. If you look at his stance, he is set more forward on the board, so he's got more tail than nose. But he's a pro expert, fucking expert manipulator, fucking dumbass. Like, fucking, how do you not know how to operate a goddamn tape measure? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is fucking ridiculous. I just don't friggin' get that shit. I'm like, so anyways, yeah, going back to the whole normalizing giving back to snowboarding. That's why we did the pledge. We are doing the donation drive for Shred Foundation to get your old gear to the kids so that they can get out and ride, because Shred Foundation, I firmly believe, will make the next generation of snowboarders and people that will be working in the snowboard industry. I love everything that they're about, and I think it's a great thing. And I really wish we had that program when I was a kid in there. So I love being able to help Danny and everyone over there with that. So, you know, it's like, no, anyone that makes their living on YouTube from snowboarding and doesn't do anything to give back, like, as much as I don't like the guy Half Cab King, at least he gives back to snowboarding. I can't take that away from him. Like, I think he's a kook for riding fucking Gilson and shit. I'm not going to deny that. But I've seen the videos where he'll be like, Man stops to help someone learn how to snowboard, or he'll go and give someone a Gilson board. I was like, at least he's trying to give back. Might not be the best thing to give. I mean, it's a hunk of shit snowboard company and you're giving him a shitty snowboard that has inferior edge hold, but at least he's trying. I got to give him credit for that. Like, but no. Kevin having the largest snowboard channel for YouTube in that space, and he fucking can't. He's always like riding fucking snowboards, and he's like, "Oh, this board's dead." No, it's not, Kevin. You fucking can't break a board in because you can't break a board because you ride like shit. You don't ride hard enough. And my favorite was like he reached out to an indigenous charity up in Whistler reached out to him because he like clicked like or shared something. I don't know what the full story was, but they were like, "Hey man, we know you got." But they were like, "Hey man, we know you got a lot of leftover boards. If you ever want to donate them to us so the kids can get out and ride on." He blocked them. It's like literally that's a charity. Like when a charity reaches out to me, I explain to them if I don't fully believe in them, I'm like, hey, I work with this charity. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to keep an eye on you guys. Maybe I'll work with you, or maybe I'll hype you up in a live stream or something when they do reach out to me. But if they ask, and when they ask me, they're like, hey, can we get some of your old boards? I'm like, I don't know if you really want those because they're pretty fucking clapped out. But, I'll do my best to try to support you where I can. And these guys over here fucking sucking dicks with their goddamn buttholes. Like, fucking, Also, I want to read the funniest fucking comment that so I posted that. If you follow me on Instagram at Angry Snowboarder, I've been posting memes, and I posted the one with Ron Swanson where the nurse is there a history of mental illness in your family? And he says, I once subscribed to Jonathan Buckhouse's YouTube channel. I got this message from someone I know that used to work with Jonathan. And he goes, I remember I was literally there when he made his logo. He just Googled evolution, probably the first time he ever found anything out about evolution, and changed the last element. I warned him about copyright infringement, and he acted like that's not a big deal. 90% of someone else's work, just like all of his videos. The best part is he tried to trademark that then. And I'm like, dude, fucking, I think it was Burton used that exact like evolution thing back in 1993. So fuck off, you douche canoe motherfucker, you stupid piece of shit. So anyways, yeah, off on tangents here. All right. Okay. Michael Evans, what do you like more, the K2 instrument or the K2 passport? For me personally, I'm a K2 passport guy. That's like my favorite board in the K2 lineup right now. I really, really love that. But here's the thing. If you're a solid mid-level rider, you need something that can smash pow. It's a little medium volume shifted. It's a little easier flexing. That instrument is just such a hidden gem, and it is such an underrated board as well. They're both super, super solid boards. They're just designed for different people. Captain Rusty Beard, how can you know if you're good enough to buy a crew? Fuck it, go buy it and ride it as hard as you can, man. Unless you're doing falling leaves and you're sitting around, if you sit down to strap in, no, you probably don't need a Karoo. If you know how to actually competently carve, go get one. It'll just make you ride harder. Okay. Shylank. So my Sasquatch friend didn't listen to the binding recommendations you and I gave him and went with a 2023 Flow Fuse Fusion binding. Is that a disservice to the ride Shadowband? No, actually, it's not. As long as he dials those in, gets them up, and gets them set in, that binding will work totally fine on the Shadowband. He's good. Okay. Cameron Wilhelm. Avran, what board manufacturers have the fastest bases with the best glide? Capita, specifically the Mercury or the Mega Merc. Does it? Ride and K2 are right below it in there. I think those are like the three best right now out there that are coming out with stone ground finishes. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Got some questions here. I know I'm missing some stuff. Okay. J. Doug Veeks. I've been riding your favorite board since 2011, the Libtech Escape Banana. I'm sorry. I want to get onto something else, but I love the ease in and out of turns. I'm an older dude just looking to cruise. Any ideas? Yeah. So many fucking better boards out there, dude. So many better boards. It sounds like you just sounds like you're lazy. That's all. Go grab a Rome gangplank and not worry about shit. All right. Okay. Ray Lewis, Avran, I won the new Solomon High Path at the Satellite premiere in Boulder. Just want to shout out their shop on the stream. Super cool guys. Yeah, Raul's a fucking super cool guy. Boner. Sorry, I do not like Raul from Satellite. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shop. That dude, like, has introduced himself to me like 1,000 fucking times. He can't remember anyone. Like, fuck him. Doesn't pay his bills on time. Like, I don't give a fuck about Raul. Dude, just fucking brown nosed piece of shit motherfucker. Like, his partner, cool dude. Met him once or twice. Totally fine. Raul, though, he's a boner and dog shit. Okay, Matt likes donuts. Better choice for a progressing intermediate in Washington. K2 passport or ride shadow band? I'd go with the ride shadow band. Okay, Michael Jackson. What are comparable bindings to the Burton Cartel X? Also, what bindings would pair well with the Capita Mercury deck? Thanks, Uncle Avran. So in terms of like that Cartel X for bindings, you're looking at like a Now Drive, probably like a 9 series from Ride. You can it's like kind of half 8 series, half 9 series in there. I'd probably push you a little bit more towards the 9 series in there. The Bent Metal Core Pro. I would even look at the Battalion Astro, but the full wrap, not the ASIM wrap. Heel Cup, the full wrap. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see, we got T-Bart. Any advice for relieving pressure, soreness, and friction on the outside ankles from boots? I got shred soles already. Thinking about adding some of that foam from toner to the liner. I got ride boots. Yeah, so you probably don't need, like, you just need a set of the 3M foam. So, like, with the adhesive, and you want to make like a little J-bar, and then you want to make it super thin, and either it's going to go underneath the internal J, like you want it on the outside of the liner, but to line up to where the internal J-bar is, or you want it just on top of it, and it's gonna line up where you need it to be in there, but you're gonna have to do a little bit. It's a little bit of trial and error to get that thing dialed up. Okay. DH, I've got a pair of large Union Stratas and noticed that there's a bit of gap between the side of my boots and the binding. Was wondering if it could be an issue. Medium's not an option at size 11.5. No, at 11.5, you have to be in the large on the Strata. Take your pinky finger and stick it between the boot, like put the boot in the binding and strap it down like you normally would, and put your pinky finger in there. If you've got a full pinky finger, like you're not trying to like push it in hard, then you might have an issue with it. It might just be too wide for your boot. But if it's like you're trying to like basically force that thing in with no lube, yeah, you're going to be okay. James McPeak, Alchemist, Ravine Select, or Black Snowboard to Death for hard charging groomers and hunting powder. Thanks, Avran. Ravine Select. So if powder's your primary, this is the way I would go with it. Ravine Select, Alchemist, Black Snowboard to Death. If it's more groomer riding, Alchemist, Black Snowboard to Death are kind of tied, and then the Ravine Select. Okay. We got Brendan Lopp. Looking at replacing my old Gangplank, but trying something new. This would be alongside my K2 excavator and Tellus DST. So something more on the freestyle or party side. Thinking Fun Kink or maybe Dancehall. Fun Kink and Dancehall, super solid. You got to ask yourself if you want 3BT. I really like the 3BT in that Fun Kink. Like, it's not so aggressive. Like, you can actually still carve on that board. But flex-wise, it's almost very similar to that dance hall. The problem with if you went to the dance hall is because you have an excavator, they're going to start to overlap each other, and you're going to end up favoring one to the other. So that's why I think I would lean a little bit more towards that Fun Kink for you. Okay. Ryan Bingham. Avran, I'm 5'8", 180 pounds. Thanks to your reviews, I have shit out 20 pounds of weight. I got the K2 passport, 160 centimeter for mainly Utah freeride. Are my Burton mission bindings good enough for now, or should I upgrade ASAP? They'll make it. They will not be the most performance-based binding for that board. They'll get the job done. If you're on a budget, just keep using them until you got the money to get something a little stiffer. And believe me, when you do upgrade, you will be a lot happier. Ryan Tracy, what's your opinion on the K2 party platter for an East Coast daily driver? I mean, if you're riding like a 750 or less vertical hill, yeah, it'll work. You get in anything bigger, you're probably going to want more board. You are going to be slightly limited just because it's volume shifted and twinned. The big thing will be if you get any pow, you get in the trees in there, it'll probably feel a little sluggish, like riding East Coast trees. They're a little flatter and a little more dense. So, yeah. All right. We got Anthony Hocking with the super chat. 9 whole inches so far at Stowe. Spin for double digit depth. White ribbon for opening weekend. Pocket bacon, pocket bacon, pocket bacon. Angry feet, angry feet. Why isn't there a wiki feats for angry snowboarder? That's right. All of them slow signs. All right. Let's see. Okay. Multi-question here from Josh Lee. Hey, bro, appreciate all the reviews over the years. I've been out of boarding for 10 years and getting back into it this season. I was wondering if I'm missing out on a lot if I'm using my 10-plus-year-old Flux DMCC lights, or do you suggest an upgrade? Fuck, dude, they're 10 years old. I'd be really worried that they'd start. So bindings have a shelf life, like whether you're using them or not, especially a unibody composite binding, they start to get chalky white. And that chalky white is them drying out, which means they're going to be more prone to the elements and cracking in there. On top of the fact that DMCC light, not the most damp binding out there, wasn't the most structurally sound 10 years ago. And I would definitely recommend going and looking at some new bindings for sure, like 100%. I think 10 years off, you need to do yourself the favor and get stuff like that. Okay. RB picked up a Jones Mountain twin for a daily driver and was thinking of adding a Ride Super Pig to the quiver. Would my Ride C6 bindings match well? You're solid, dude. Don't worry about it. Kate Linder, how's the Libtech Dynamo for the tree and off-piste riding? I mean, do you know how to ride in trees? Yes. It's going to be fucking phenomenal. That taper will let that tail sink in. It's got just enough torsional flex, so you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be super solid. I think if you know how to ride, pow and shit, you'll be fine. Troy Parra, let's hear your thoughts on Clue's step-in bindings. Fucking most awkward, god-awful looking things I've ever seen. Fucking talk about an engineer's wet dream that was brought to fruition with no practicality brought in from a real snowboarder. Like, my favorite thing was last year at the Loveland demo in November, the one I was just at. Dude snapped his ladder. Literally watched him go from booth to booth to booth to try to find anything that would fit in there because they had to have a proprietary ladder that won't work with any other binding. Dude was like, well, what do I do? And I'm just sitting there. I was like, buy some real fucking bindings, dipshit. I had to ride the chairlift with a kid with him the other day. It was the most awkward looking thing. He just looked uncomfortable with them. Looked uncomfortable. Like, you really, I would never trust those. From the time that they 3D, I think they use SolidWorks to design it. I think that's what they used. From the time they used SolidWorks to they produced it, they never did any like real iterations of widespread testing. Burton's Step On, right? They'd sunk, I think, $3 million into that program and worked on it for 2 years before it came to the public. Nidecker's Supermatic, I remember those when they were prototypes in 2020, and they were like, we're on generation 2. And the ones that came out now, I think, are generation 4 or 5, and they're going to have another generation next year for it already, too. Gee, and they sunk over $1 million into R&D. These guys had to go fucking on the equivalent of Shark Tank, and then they won some goddamn design contest to get money for it. You think I fucking trust that shit? No, I don't. I'm waiting for the day that they get a giant ass lawsuit against them and they fucking lose. That company won't be here in 3 or 4 more years. I guarantee it. They won't make it to 5 years. They won't. Ugh. 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 Bloody beer. Hello. I just want to thank you for all your videos. Thanks to you, I know which snowboard I will take as my first one. Solomon Craft. Solid choice. And how to choose boots, which I was completely wrong. Oh my God. I think I want to do an actual top 5 reasons your boots don't fit video or something, or like top 5 things that happen when your boots are too big. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do, but I want to do this video so bad for it. Also, we got 176 people in here, so you guys get a Slimothy Whitman voicemail. That's right. Good old Slimmy called me today. Left me a nice little voicemail.
You fucking dick nose! I want you to know something. My prospective move to Colorado to free you did not work out as planned, and in fact, I reclaimed me and little Harold Terry's home. That's right, I reclaimed our home from that fucking dick nose at the liquor store who traded me Dogecoin for my home. And I got it back. What he did was illegal. And I did a habeas corpus, and I got my home back, Abram. And well, I'm hoping that you will come to Lee Canyon, Lee Canyon, in the mountains around Las Vegas, Nevada. And I want you to come and visit little Harold Terry and I. We have a guest room for you.
It's a very, very musical Slim Whitman voicemail today, everyone. So yes, that was an actual thing that just happened. So yeah. Okay, we got Johnny Scott with a super chat. Put on some Slim and crank it to 11. You never crank Slim to 11. You don't take it past 4 because he's on a different scale than everyone else. That's right. Donate to the Shred Foundation, people. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Okay, we got a super chat from Hano. Thanks for all the reviews. Spin to win. Let's see what we can do here. Give you a big one. Where are we going? Ooh. You won a wiener. Mr. Charles, have you tested the whatever Beyond Metals Battalion? No. And that should only be a stiffer version of the whatevers. So no, I haven't. Okay. Jeremy P. Find it hard to compare the Karua transition finder and the Amplid singular. Any pros and cons you are aware of, which one you like the most? So dampness singular will win out. It's just a more damp ride than the transition finder. On edge, I think the singular is easier to carve, but I think the transition finder gives a deeper carve. In terms of snap, the transition finder beats the singular. In POW, I would probably go with the transition finder just due to the shaping. It just works a little bit better. So there you go. Okay, Daniel Naranjo, K2 Alchemist or Capita Black Snowboard to Death for carving an icy lapse at Mission Ridge, Washington. Man, I haven't been to Mission Ridge in like 17 years. I think the K2 Alchemist will have an easier edge initiation and it will have a more powerful drive, but I think the B-sod will hold a little bit better. Realistically, you're kind of splitting hairs here. Can't go wrong with either of them. I do think that the Alchemist has a little more snap, but it lacks the torsional flex that the Black Snowboard of Death has. So you can ankle steer a little bit better on the Black Snowboard of Death. Ooh, spin again. Spin again. Where we go? Where we go? Really? Spin again? Dang. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Wiener. You got wiener. We got Hugo. Man, I'm going to mispronounce it because I'm not going to roll my R's enough. Pererius. Thank you for the replies today. I went with the Amplitude Singular after seeing your reviews plus White Lines one. Do you think the Nidecker Supermatics go along with the Singular? They'll work with it. And I think it'll give you enough power. It's kind of flex-wise, it's a middle-of-the-road binding. It should work. If you're looking for that rear entry, you're making the right choice with the Supermatic, in my opinion. That's the stronger, easy step-in binding to be on, in my opinion. It's the better one. So will it work? Yeah. I think you're going to be fine. Andrew Lewis. Hey, Avran, I'm planning to ride Copper a lot this year. What area of the mountain would you say has some of the most fun, natty freestyle type terrain? The whole mountain. The whole mountain. Don't let it fool you. You can find rollers in every beginner area. You can find them in every expert area. The race course, everything from the front side to the back side. It doesn't matter. Take an open door approach to riding that mountain. If there's a rope, follow the rope till there is no rope. Go into the trees, go into the rollers, do everything. That mountain has so much natural terrain that you can always find a side hit and whatnot. If you're taking toll road or easy road, is it easy road, toll road? I don't know. I think it's either easy road or toll road, but it's the long ass cat track that loops back around that'll pop you out at the top of Central Park. It is, for a goofy footer, it's all toe side hits, and they build up, and it's absolutely amazing. But even on that, if you dip off to the right side, there's so many sections you can dip off to the right side to cut back over to the groomer on the other side of the trees. There's so much stuff that you'll be able to hit and be able to pop off of. Just take an approach of go explore that mountain. It's not hard to get from one side to the other, and there are so many natural rollers on it. You'll have a blast. I love Copper. All right. Chris Yee. Any tips on fixing a hole for my inner boot liner? It wore through from part of a C-pad, causing extra pressure where foam is disintegrating and falling out of it. Thinking of slapping duct tape. It sounds like you need a new fucking liner, dude. Like, it's done. That thing's hit the end of its lifespan. Like, at that point, if it's disintegrating and falling out, it's done. It's packed out. It's clapped out. That shit's more blown out than Octomom's vagina. It's done. Porcus. I watched your video deconstructing goggles but most brands aren't open about the tech they put into them. Any tips for goggle shopping and figuring out what's quality or crap? I don't know what goggles you're looking at. You go look at a Smith Oakley Dragon, Electric, Von Zipper, Giro, Ashbury, Spy. They tell you what technology they're putting in it on their website. They literally do. You want to go look at a shitty pair of goggles like Glade Optics, Kuno, Outdoor Masturbator, all that shit? Yeah, they don't tell you because they don't know, because they don't fucking make it up. But any legit goggle company will straight up tell you on their website what they put into it. You can go and be like, technology, click, scroll down, click. You can go to the description, and then they'll have their patented name tech or whatever they do, and then there'll be like a description of what it is. You're fine. You buy a brand that you've never fucking heard of, probably gonna fry your fucking eyes, dude, because it's cheap shit. Buy a mainstream, normalized brand that you've seen, recognized and stuff. They know what the fuck they're doing. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we got Justin Couture. Avran, keep it angry always. Never miss a live chat. Anywho, still haven't tried the Signal 395 Platinum board yet. I know it's new this year. Just wondering. Good payment program. Thanks, man. I think the Platinum series is basically just like renamed Park Pro series with different graphics for their pro team and stuff. Because I think I'm not looking at it right now, so I can't be like, yeah, that's what it is. But I didn't get on any of the Platinum stuff, so yeah. Jimmy Lee tried riding my Nidecker Supermatics on my ride Shadowman. I thought it would help because I'm 47. I was wrong. Found myself working harder to get my board on edge. Sounds like you know how to ride. The other thing is, it also sounds like if you're struggling to put it on edge, you either left the center tab too released. Here. So, yeah. So you either left this one wasn't snug enough to tighten down, or you had it too snug and it was pulling forward, taking the pressure off the strap. So when you're driving in, it's basically like a sloppy clutch on a car where you got to put it all the way to the floor. So you're pushing in further into the strap before it would engage to go on edge. So it sounds to me like you might just need to tweak some of the adjustments to get them a little more dialed in. I'd give it another try just to be safe. But you also just might be a guy that doesn't need Supermatics. There's going to be a lot of those people that buy these thinking they need them, and they're not going to need them. So, yeah. Alex Tate, will 3BT be less catchy than a cam rocker board? It's not that it's less, well, technically it's less catchy because it's full camber, but you're raising the contact point. So you're moving the effective edge and the contact back closer underfoot. It's almost the equivalent of riding a cam rocker board, except with a cam rocker board, when you roll it on edge, you don't have this bevel that goes in, so it doesn't take as long for it to catch on edge. Okay, we got a super chat here from Igor K. I wonder, should I enter Never Summer Sweepstakes? They're giving away 1K snowboards, and they said we turn pro immediately. I know you do love them. So what do you think, Angry? I think you should do whatever the fuck you want. You're an adult. You want to be king of the kooks? Go be fucking king of the kooks. I don't give a fuck. I don't know why people would want to ride shitty, inferior product, but people do. That's right. You got the wiener on that one. Shining said, I literally just saw a Fireball snowboard on Instagram. I wonder where this piece is made. Any thoughts? It depends. So if they're cheap and they're cutting corners, they used to be made at Munson in Southern California. But I don't even think they're in fucking business anymore. But usually what they do is they just go to the cheapest factory, and they just open mold everything. For a while there, like some stuff was being made by K2, some of it was being made by Mervin. It basically, unless you look at it up close, you're not going to be able to tell. So, okay. Bloody Beetroot. Is there YouTube channels you recommend to follow to learn? Shred Ahead Snowboarding's really good. Tommy Bennett's really good. Snowboard Addiction's really good. And Malcolm Moore has some solid stuff. So there's 4 right there for you. Okay. Johnny Scott, going on a free ride trip to the French Alps. Only room for 1 board and bindings. Options. Yes, standard 156, LibTech Dynamo 159, Jamie Lynn 9657, Union Falco or Strata. What would you take? I'd take the Dynamo with the Strata. It's going to be the most versatile setup that you have out of those 3. Okay. Yeah, I answered that fucking question. You can fuck off. Ryan Bingham, tips on protecting and maintaining your top sheet. Grab a file. 45-degree angle on the edge. Run it around and file it so it's beveled. What that's going to do is when anything hits it, it creates a bevel so it glances off. It makes it a little bit stronger. That's literally what you're going to do. Otherwise, don't be a whiny little bitch about your top sheet and just fucking ride it. They're snowboards. They're meant to be ridden and destroyed. I was having this conversation with a friend the other day with this guy. I was somewhere and this guy was like, oh yeah, I blew my knee out and broke my back, but I saved my snowboard. So that was important. And I'm like, you paid $8,000 out of pocket and it took you 2 years to recover. Your snowboard cost 430 fucking bucks. Destroy the fucking $1,000 time. Save your body. They're snowboards. Like, they're going to get scratched. They're going to get chipped. You're going to run into shit. They're going to break. Ugh. Okay. Colin Quinn. Shouldn't you be doing like the old weekend updates? Thanks for all your help, Avran. Pretty aggressive rider all mountain. I'm on a ride Warpig and looking to upgrade my bindings. Ride C8 or C6, currently on old Solomon Defenders. Because you're on a Warpig, just bump it up to the C6. The 8 will be a little overkill, in my opinion. So, Max Lazaula, have you ridden the Solomon High Path yet? Yeah, I did. I mean, if you're like a 130-pound guy, that thing's probably absolutely fucking phenomenal. Like, that board is literally designed for lightweight riders. It's a high-end granola eating REI shopping person's board. Like, you know, it's someone that loves going to Whole Foods. That's who that board's for. Duncan Workman picked up a ride shadow band for this year. My Union Force binding should work, right? Yeah, you're good, dude. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Okay. Tim Hunt, 55 wide Capita indoor survival for a freestyle mountain board. 5'11", 11 US boot, 84 kilogram. I mean, if you're really going with more emphasis on freestyle, then yes, it'll work. Otherwise, I think you want to, what's the next size? 57 wide, 58 wide, something like that. You might want to consider bumping up if you're looking to just be more all mountain versatile. So, yeah. Okay. Fernando Pons, why do you always use the black label bindings? Gee, should I start reviewing boards with different bindings on them? And then maybe I should review boots too. And then I can take all consistency out of the fucking equation. We'll just get rid of all fucking consistency. Like, anyone that doesn't have specific bindings and boots that they ride every day for when they're testing stuff is a fucking incompetent idiot. Like, if you're going to do a review, you take all the guesswork out of, is it the binding? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this boot? You literally ride one boot, one binding. That's it. That's it. You take all the guesswork out of everything. Just like if you're reviewing bindings, you have one board that does it all. For me this year, that's going to be the Ride Shadow Band. That's going to be my binding testing board. I'm still going to ride my K2 Thraxis and my black label bindings for everything. Just keeps everything solely consistent. Luke DeSonia, Angry, what was the first board you ever owned but then sold without having ridden it? Well, my first board I ever owned was a black snow with the green base and the two metal skags on the bottom. Got that Christmas at 87, and that my brother screwed. He took cargo straps and screwed them in. And that my brother screwed. He took cargo straps and screwed them in so that we could slide our feet under it, so it was 0-0 angles. So basically, I was doing that. And that board went MIA down a river, literally. My cousins convinced me to do a backflip off of I think I was like maybe 7. They convinced me to do a backflip and my feet let go and I wasn't holding it had a handle on it. I had a rope handle and it went off and that thing went down the hill and into the river and downstream and bye-bye. But I've never sold a board without having ridden it. Like, it wasn't like I bought it and then I sold it. Like, there's stuff I bought and I was just like, you can just fucking have it. I've given it away. But yeah. Okay. Max Lazola with the super chat. Where we go? Ooh. Donate to the Shred Foundation, people. All right. Okay. Max Lazola is looking for Binding Rex for the Party Wave Plus. I would do the Battalion Astro. Yeah, the Astro on that. I would ASIM wrap, not the full wrap. I think that one's a really solid binding. I would look at like a Ride C6, Union Strata, K2 Lean AT, and possibly a Burton Cartel. So yeah. So yeah. Anyways, okay. Well, looks like we're slowing down with questions. So either get them in or we're getting out of here. I'm going to read you guys this email I got today from, or not, I got this week, I should say. Let's see, where is it? But this was a really cool thing. I like getting stuff like this every now and then. You know, it's where the hell is it? Jesus, that thing is way down there. Ooh. Here it is. So this comes in from Kevin Campbell up at Seattle Ski and Snowboard. And he's like, Avran, I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate what you're doing for snowboarding, the way you review gear, and your views on how we should handle the snowboarding culture and how we should protect it from idiots. I grew up in the Eastern Sierras riding June Mountain and Mammoth, and then I moved up to South Lake when I was 18, worked at Heavenly Ski School for a year, said fuck that, went to Rippin' Willie's board and ski shop and lived the 100-day shred life for 7 seasons. Since then, I worked as a board finisher at Mervyn, among many other non-industry jobs, and now I'm a lifer at Seattle Ski and Snowboard. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, maybe because I feel like only someone who's been through the shred lifestyle will relate, but thank you for instructing people on the internet how to treat shop employees, what not to do, like wasting someone's time, fitting boots, take a picture and buy it on Amazon. Fuck you, assholes. Damn right, don't ever fucking do that. That's the biggest dick move you could do. It happens all the goddamn time. But you do a really good job breaking down the pros and cons of the equipment, using key terms that people can understand, and realistically steering people towards what would be best for them. I will often tell the younger kids who don't know the ins and outs of shop life to check your channel out, and I'll give them a list of products that they can watch you talk about so they can sell it better and understand better what they're doing so they don't look like a kook. Been waiting for this for years. We're training the next generation of shop kids so all of you will benefit. We're a multi-generation, family-owned, kook-free shop, the oldest shop in Seattle. If you're ever in Seattle, stop by the shop, ask for Kevin, and let's go shred. I'm at Stevens most of the time, Baker some of the time, and Elpental every once in a while. I'll even hit Mission Ridge when it's good. Either way, if you are in this area, stop by and say hello. That would be rad. Also, thank you for putting Telos on my radar. I got to ride the Backslash, the DST, and the Caldera at demo days last year. I love them, brought them to the shop, and I've been selling them like hotcakes. Well, I suppose I'm done big upping you for now. Much appreciation and stay safe out there. Keep kicking ass and doing good work. Thanks, Kevin Campbell. So I haven't been inside Seattle Ski and Sport in like 17 years. It's definitely a family-owned shop. I know that much, but I do know that they do some tune work and stuff. If you're in the area, fucking go check them out, man. I know a lot of people in Seattle go to Evo, but fuck that, man. Go check out the small guys. You'd be surprised what they have. Might have something a little different. So shout out to Kevin and them. Like, I really want to hype up more smaller shops. You know, there's just like a plethora of really great shops that people are either vibed out, scared, maybe had a bad experience because clearly there was a generation of shop kids that were fucking retarded. They probably follow Jonathan Buckhouse and Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp. But yeah, it was cool to get that email. Like, I loved seeing that. Still not as cool as the marketing email I got from a company this week that was like, hey man, we're just trying to help you out in the fight against Jonathan Buckhouse and his sheer kookery. Like, head of a marketing for a multinational snowboard brand said that to me. I was like, that's fucking funny. But I digress. We need to be promoting these core shops that still around, even the family-owned ones. And, you know, knowing that still around, even the family-owned ones. And, you know, knowing that there's a guy there that is listening to what I'm saying and helping the next generation come up, I feel really comfortable sending people there. So you should go check out, if you're in Washington, in the Seattle area, go check out Seattle Ski and Snowboard. So yeah. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, fuck off with your questions. That question sucks ass. Okay, we got one here from TK. I'm new to snowboarding from the UK. My first season so far, only take lessons in a fridge. Just want to say thanks. Your reviews and tips and advice is the most unbiased and raw information. Dude, learning to ride in a dome is a different level of things. I've watched people do it, and when I went to Big Snow, like, so kudos to you for learning how to snowboard and taking a lesson in the fridge. Like, good luck, man. Good luck. We got Grilled Steez. What up, Avran? I have a 2021 indoor survival and I love it, but I've been eyeing the Ride Zero. How does it compare? So the big difference between the two is the Zero has an asymmetrical side cut on it, so that heel side cut will turn different. So you're gonna be able to lay over a harder and deeper carve on the Zero. Flex wise, they're very similar. The difference is in how the camber profiles are and where the cam rocker is in the two of them. I think the Zero is snappier than the indoor survival, but I think the indoor survival is more all mountain versatile than the Zero. So I hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. Okay. All right. Luke DeSonia, United Shapes are now being pressed at NBL. How will this compare to GP 86? I mean, I keep forgetting that United Shapes is still a brand at this point. Like, I'm convinced like they don't sell snowboards. I'm just convinced. Okay. Fernando Ponce, if you ride the Rome Ravine or the Yes Y and you want the stiffer version, is it okay to downsizing? If you downsize, you're defeating the purpose of going to a stiffer board. Like, you should just get the size that you're used to, and then you know what you're getting, and then it'll be stiffer. Stiffer board. Like, you should just get the size that you're used to, and then you know what you're getting, and then it'll be stiffer. Lewis Elves, if I were to be cheap with either snowboard boots or bindings, which one should I save the penny with? Do not skimp on the fucking boots. That is the one piece of equipment you do not fuck around with. Dump all your budget into that. Then it goes the board. Then with bindings, there are a lot of price point bindings that are actually super solid, like a Ride C4, a K2 Indy. Those are great bindings. You can get like a Now Brigade or an IPO, especially if you pick up a last year's. Even some of the lower end Rome stuff is solid. Hell, you can put a Burton Mission on stuff and it'll work. Like if you get a meat and potatoes basic ass binding, it'll work. But do not skimp ever on the boots. That is the one piece of equipment you want to spend the most money on. And because you want to get the best boot that fits your foot and fits your needs. Like, do not screw around with that. Okay. Ronald Newman, dance hall skeleton key or war pig for a do-it-all mid-flex and quiver of one. Go with the skeleton key. War pig, they claim it's middle. I think it's slightly stiff, softer. Dance hall is definitely softer and it breaks in. I'd say go with the skeleton key. I think that's the best bet for you. All right, we got Jesus Freak with the super chat for making the wifey laugh her arse off. Well, somebody's got to. I mean, who knows what you're doing over there, but if she's laughing at me, I'm clearly doing the job. Oh, yeah. Spray skiers. Spray skiers. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you're going to see more posts of these random angry drops. They're sticker envelopes, stomp pads, small little things like that. I'm going to be leaving more of them around Summit County and if I travel up to Steamboat and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, Igor K. Jokes aside, Nidecker's Supermax, since they're advertising they made something new, but basically did not. How would you compare them to Burton's? Buy my boots so you can actually use the bindings. So the Supermatic is clearly something new. Like this is, I mean, That's it right there. Like there's no other binding that truthfully has that step down piece that really does anything. The good thing is, so like here's the thing. When you weigh these, you're talking like weight wise, they're a little heavier than say a step on. It's negligible after a lap or two. You won't notice it. But the cool thing is you're not stuck into a proprietary boot binding integrated system. I mean, what do you have? You've got Flux, DC, and Burton for boots. That's 3 boot brands that you get to choose from. That's it. You're so limited on that. And then there's what, 2, 3 different models of step on. You're limited. You're limited in that you're stuck to that proprietary system. That's it. You know, like here's the thing. You already got boots. Cool. Was it 4 something for this binding? Boom. There you go. Bam. Done. Good to go. But you want to get on step on boot binding combination on the low end. What are you paying? Like 650, 700, I think, for it. High end, almost $1,000. You're just proprietary locked into it. You're limiting yourself. And that's the hard part with it. So yeah, don't lick yellow snow ever. Ever. James Bader, thoughts on the Capita Pathfinder camber version? That's like a really good, like my first park board type thing, and it's got camber in it, so it's solid. I kind of like what they're doing with the Pathfinder. It's like softer flexing. It's easy. You know, it's not an aggressive board by any means. I mean, if you're looking to be assertive, you're going to probably want something else, but you know, it'll get the job done. Okay, we got a super chat here from Lewis Ellis. How much better are newer snowboards if compared with their older versions? Example, 2021 if compared with the same brand and model, but 2017. The big thing is at around 2017, you got to check and see what camber profile that has. That was when they were still doing like wonky flat to rocker, reverse camber, hybrid camber, cam rocker, and shit. Like most stuff now is just camber, cam rocker, mellow camber, stuff like that. So you got to look at the camber profiles to compare it. Material wise, it's just, you know, materials just get stronger and lighter. That's really what they do. They keep perfecting it. I mean, if you're trying to save some money, fuck it, go buy it. Who cares? Just go ride. You'll probably be totally fine, you know? So just don't skip on the boots. That's right. Ooh. Oh yeah, you can check out Blaze's boot camp. I think they still have a few spots open in it. So that is going on out there. It's pretty much for the older guys. Also, everyone should check out the cultural mystery link of the week if you were a serious snowboarder in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think you're really going to like that link that I put in there. Michael Pham, is the new Mind Expander camber profile more similar to their Ultra Mind Expander camber profile from the previous years? I mean, that's exactly what it is. They share camber profiles now. It's just a softer flexing Ultra Mind Expander now. It makes it more versatile. When you get it on a groomed run, it's not as loose. It's less likely to kick out in the tail. So, yeah. Mr. Sharder, not a farter. I've noticed when it comes to pow boards from Rome, you're recommending the Ravine Select a lot, but not the Stollyfish. Is that just because the Ravine is more versatile all around? So the Stollyfish is like, the Stollyfish is going to be better for low angle pow and more party board pow. But when it comes to versatility, the Ravine Select are more versatile than that board. So that's why I do it. I also think that like I like the Stollyfish, but if I had to choose a pow board, I'm going to choose the Ravine Select from them. That's the way it's going to be. So yeah. All right. Anyways, think we're winding it down here. So next week is going to be the Black Friday live streamathon, multiple live streams. We're going to be giving away a bunch of prizes. So I got a bunch of boards to give away. So I got that Yes Worka there. I'm probably going to give away a party mod, maybe a Ravine Select katana. I've got a Ride Mountain Pig and a War Pig. So we're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. I think I might even give away this Nidecker Beta APX I've got there. I've just been digging out boards that I want to give away to you guys. So, yeah, so that's coming up. Look for the scheduling on that. We're going to get that dialed in. There's going to be some guests coming in on that, but it's like basically an all day thing. I think we're going to do 3 or 4 live streams. That way there's breaks in between so I can take my dog out and she doesn't go insane and want to kill me. But we're trying to get everything dialed in, chances to win multiple prizes and stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of Signal snowboards I got to give away too. I keep forgetting I got a stack of those over there too. So yeah, multiple snowboards are going to be given away. Everyone's going to be kind of stoked on that. New top 5 will drop tonight. I meant to drop it yesterday, but I'll get that up later tonight. I just got to take the dog out, get something to eat, make some phone calls, stretch. I think I got like a slipped rib or something under my shoulder. I'm not sure what's going on. Something's pinching my arm. It's going numb. So old age is great. But yeah, so that's about it. Anyways, if you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all these snowboarders of the internet. And, I'll see you guys in another video.